Kitchen witches. A kitchen witch is defined as a witch who focuses in the home and hearth. This can often go hand in hand with green witches, as kitchen witches also work with nature, herbs, and plants and tend to be good gardeners. Now, despite the name, kitchen witchcraft is not just limited to the kitchen and can include magic in any homemaking activity. Here are some kitchen witch tips from actual kitchen witches. Treat your kitchen and home like a sacred space. Treat your kitchen utensils like any other magical tools. Take care of them and treat them with love. Set and visualize your intentions and choose ingredients that traditionally aid in those intentions. For a lot of witches, this will come naturally, so don't be afraid to trust your gut. Eat with purpose. You are taking in the magic and intention that you
Bitch, I don't play. I'm petty and I'm known to throw shade.
Okay, so, quick witchy tip. If you think you have to have all the fancy herbs and all the baneful and all the beneficial and all that to practice, no you do not. Watch. I'm at my daughter's. She doesn't have a whole lot, but she has a cabinet full of kitchen spices. Now, of course, you know, you have your salt. Yeah, she has her paprika. But, see this parsley? Money magic. Basil, money magic. Get out of the way. Crushed red pepper, speeding things up or hexing the shit out of somebody. If you got some Tony Chachere's, you got all the spices mixed up in there. You've got your red pepper, your black pepper, your white pepper, your salt. There's all kind of stuff. Garlic, onion. You can use that for protection magic. Rosemary, cleansing. Bay leaves, manifest.
On your honeysuckle daydream, climb on the back of my iron steed. The night is an open road, dumpster fire skyline. Leave all of that pain behind. Your arms wrapped around. You got me feeling like James Dean, high on your honeysuckle daydream. Climb on the
Mention that some of you don't know that I write recipes for kitchen witches. So here you go. I wrote all the recipes for the Witch's Sun Sign series. If you are into witchcraft and your own sun sign, every single one of the recipes in these books I wrote just for you. What? And then also, I have these other books that I wrote. This is my very first book, Taste from the Temple. And it's a collection of recipes that I wrote.
What does he love me? Ooh.
Now, Mazda Miles already made a video on this, so I'm going to tag her in this video. Go and watch most recent video that stitched Mama Sunfire's food magic video, okay? Because everything that they said, on point. But I want to add something to it. Now, we all been in those situations where you honestly have no choice but to eat that person's food. Especially knowing when that person's spirit is just revolting, okay? Here's a trick around it, and this is from my grandmother's cookbook. Now, however you want to set this up, okay? Create a seasoning mix that you carry on you every single time that you put over that food to neutralize the energies and the ashay that that person infused into their food. That way, if anyone tries to cross you up with their cooking, you can always walk.
with you. See, I am cutting up apples. I'm getting ready to fry me some apples. And so I thought it would be great to share this little tidbit. Here are some apple skins. Save your apple skins, dry them, powder them. Save your apple seeds because you can use the seeds.
Boy, does he love me. Ooh, Lord have mercy, he loves me so much. Just can't get enough of me, just eat me up. Oh, I am the center of his world. I am the apple of his eye. He loves me, honors and respects me. He'll give the world for me and do anything I ask him to do. He's always successful, and he always has more than enough, and he shares everything he has with me. And he's patient and kind. He's loving, and he only has eyes and desires for me. Ashe. Just love his brown sugar. He can just eat me up. Yes, indeed. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Look at that.
Simone's wife says, have y'all watched that video where Raven Simone's wife says that she put period blood in her spaghetti? Now, when I was telling y'all about how potent food magic was, nobody really believed it. And that's the reason why I don't eat at everybody's house, because my friend told me, and she's from New Orleans, Louisiana, baby. She told me that a lot of women in New Orleans that are practicing witches, voodoo high priestess, and just people that practice the occult, you know? She told me that a lot of them put their period blood in spaghetti, pasta, or any type of food in order to get certain people to fall in love with them or to bind that person to them, because you're literally putting your DNA inside of that person. And you want to know how I know that your energy inside of someone can really affect that person? Because my dog got a hold of my wig cap. My dog got a hold of my wig cap and chewed it up and spit it out. And every single time that I was going through an emotional, situation, or my energy was either super high or super low, my dog was literally vibing off my energy.
If someone that does not like you tries to feed you food, don't take it. If you have suspicions about someone that you don't like or doesn't like you and tries to feed you food, don't take it. If you're in an environment of people who are into witchcraft and they try to feed you food, don't take it. If someone likes you a lot and you don't like them like that, but they're trying to sway you and they try to feed you food, don't take it. I'm just saying, be careful who you let cook for you and whose food you eat. Because folks be putting stuff. They be casting spells and speaking over food and putting demons, all type of stuff, witchcraft into food.
And I'm about to give y'all alchemy tip. This is something that I do just to put a little more intentions, a little more magic in my food. Because why not? So, right now I'm making the broth for my ramen, right? And in my ramen broth, I like using thyme leaves and I like using bay leaves, which are also really good for attracting abundance. So what I would do, make sure you cleanse the food or whatever. You can cleanse it with almost anything. Speak intention into it before you drop.
I don't play. I'm petty and I'm known to throw shade, hate in a hole. Please just go, don't get cute, just walk away. Girl, go by. Better listen, fuck you. Better listen, fuck you.
Let's make unleavened bread for Passover.
The word salt comes from the Roman sal, related to Salus, the goddess of health. Since salt is considered one of the most sacred minerals on earth, it's no surprise that it made its way into spiritual and mystical rituals. In ancient folk magic and modern day folk magic, salt was or is used around the world, most often as a purifier, represented on some witches' altars as the earth element because it's a mineral, but also as a water element because it comes from the sea. Salt. Many witches throw salt into each corner of a room to banish and keep away negative spirits. And one of the most well-known uses for salt is the creation of a magical protective barrier known as the Circle of Salt.
Hocus Pocus, friends. Remember when
There you go.
Allison's like flinging the salt all
Flinging the
around?
salt around. As an ingredient, salt was used for the following: binding, protecting, purifying, to ground, to heal, to banish, or to cleanse a person or space.
Versatile, all right.
Sometime during the Middle Ages, salt becomes linked with many superstitions. If you happen to spill salt, it was considered a harbinger of doom. The spiller must immediately take a pinch of the spilled salt and toss it over their left shoulder.
All right, y'all. So I'm doing
Did you know you could replace your...
Let me tell y'all this too. Okay, so I get lots of questions from my clients and my students who often ask like what household or kitchen items that they could use to add a little conjure, hoodoo, a little magic to their everyday lives. And one of the things I often recommend is onions. Okay, so let me drop down some of the magical properties of onions.
Let's talk about the most underrated form of witchcraft. I am talking about kitchen witchery. What is kitchen witchery, you might ask? It is quite honestly how it sounds. Using witchcraft while you're cooking meals. And now there is a huge range of what you can do with this aspect, but it's one of the most simplest, easiest, and most delicious ways to bring magic into your life. Say for example, you want to bring home blessings into your family and your household. You can do this in a form of a simmer pot, a soup, anything that you want to cook, by using specific herbs and ingredients that have metaphysical properties that correlate to what you want to bring in. The possibilities are quite literally endless. One of my favorite ways of using kitchen witchery is in my morning coffee. Coffee in its own can represent bringing things into you fast. However, add some more on top of that. If I want to bring abundance into my life, I will use pumpkin coffee with cinnamon, and I then proceed to stir my coffee clockwise to bring that into me super duper fast.
The reason kitchen witchery is so good is because you have a ton of tools in your spice rack. From onion, to bay leaves, to garlic, to anything else in your recipe. A pot of spaghetti is not only a powerful charm, but a delicious one too.
Recently made available on the TikTok.
I'm gonna ask the questions. Hold on, bro. Got you a second. Let me just.
Recently, a book on TikTok surfaced called The Holistic Guide to Wellness. The book contains stolen information from another book called The Bandianas Manuscript, which was a book that contains secret ancient herbal remedies to our everyday problems. The Bandianas Manuscript is currently hidden in the Vatican Library, but The Holistic Guide to Wellness holds the secrets from the manuscript that big pharma companies do not want us to know about. Before, you could only purchase the book off the dark web, but it was recently made available on the TikTok shop. Hurry up and get a copy before they take this down. Use this orange shopping cart right here. You can get this. Recently, a book on TikTok surfaced called The Holistic Guide to Wellness. This book contains stolen information from another book called Bandiana's Manuscript, which was a book that contains secret ancient herbal remedies to our everyday problems. Bandiana's
This is the most mysterious book in the world, and it's the subject of many academic theories and conspiracies. This is the Voynich manuscript, and what makes it so special is that nobody can read it. It contains nearly 250 pages filled with fantastical drawings alongside an unknown language that nobody has been able to decode. The manuscript is divided into sections, one of which is a botanical section, but the images are of plants that do not exist or that combine elements from multiple plants. Another section shows women who appear to be bathing in an unidentified green liquid and interacting with tube-like structures. Another section includes astrological and cosmological images, and another section is believed to contain recipes. Carbon dating revealed that the paper is from between 1404 and 1438, but other than that, nobody knows when or where it came from or by whom it was written. For hundreds of years, it has disappeared and reappeared throughout history, until it was discovered, or rather rediscovered, by rare book dealer Wilfred Voynich in 1912. It has baffled academics and amateur codebreakers alike for hundreds of years, and almost no progress has been made. No human or computer has been able to solve it or find its true origins. There have been multiple claims that someone's deciphered it, but no one has been able to prove it. Theories about what the Voynich manuscript is include a women's health manual, an alien text, a hoax, a religious text, and just about any other theory you could possibly come up with. But for now, its bizarre imagery and mystical origins remain a mystery. This is the most mysterious book in the world, and it's the subject of many academic theories.
Sexual energy, if you remain here.
I've been drinking this every day for 1 year.
When I discovered I was being... A book recently appeared on TikTok.
They don't want you to see the ancient...
Anyone tell me why we're the only creatures on this planet that are...
Can I blow your mind right now?
Have you ever heard of the Voynich manuscript? The mysterious medieval book that is written in a language that no one has ever been able to translate and is full of illustrations of plants that don't exist? The 240-page manuscript was named after Wilfred Voynich, who was an antiquarian bookseller who discovered it and purchased it in 1912. Some of the most famous cryptologists, scholars, and scientists in the world have tried to decipher it since then, and it has lived in the rare book and manuscript library in Yale University since 1969. It's been broken into 6 sections based on the illustrations, which are botany, astronomy and astrology, biology, cosmology, pharmaceutical, and a section that they think are probably recipes. Nobody knows exactly when or where it was created, but extensive research suggests that it was created probably in Central Europe, and radiocarbon dating links it to likely the earliest 15th century. People have dedicated decades of their lives to trying to decipher this book, and in the 600 years since it was created, no one has been able to. So do you think it was written by a lost civilization, or is this just a masterful example of early trolling?
I'm not actually looking...
Bubble Kush is a GMO hybrid weed. I hit the Bubble Kush, guess what happened? Not even...
Sharks, dolphins, whales. Have you ever heard of the Voynich manuscript? It's a mysterious book that no one has been able to decipher for centuries. Discovered in 1912, the Voynich manuscript is written in an unknown script and filled with strange illustrations of plants, astronomical diagrams, and unknown symbols. Scholars and cryptographers have tried to decode the text, but the language remains a complete mystery. Some believe it's a lost language, while others think it's a complex code. The book is filled with bizarre drawings of plants that don't match any known species, along with astrological charts and strange symbols. What could they mean? There are many theories about the manuscript's origins. Some think it's an alchemical or herbalist text, while others believe it's an elaborate hoax. There's even a theory that it was written by aliens. Despite numerous studies and investigations, the Voynich manuscript remains unsolved. Is it a coded message, a lost language, or something else entirely? What do you think? Have any theories about the Voynich manuscript? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and follow for more intriguing mysteries.